Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am an old timer. I was born in this town. But when I was born in this town, they had a fellow here who was English, and my dad was Ukrainian. And when he went to register me, my name was anything from Dmitri to Dimi to Denny Brusnyk. So I've been called all these things, but now they call me Denny Dmitri Brusnyk. So if you think this guy's having some fun, here he is, really. I was born in this town in May the 25th, 1925.
Wow.
And I don't know where it was, though, because they always said Mrs. Schulte brought me out in the cabbage patch. So I was born, about that time, that's when the cabbage doll came into being. But they didn't name me that anyhow. My parents were Mr. and Mrs. Brusnyk, Hilda and Alec. What was the reason for coming to Auburn? I don't know. Because when I was born, I was already here.
Why did your dad come?
I can't even answer that question.
Well, wasn't he working?
He working for the railroad. My dad, when he came here, he was working for the railroad. He came from Entrance to Wabman as a section foreman in 1922, I think. And I was born in 25. So he was here for a while, so I can't really tell you why he came here.
Promotion.
Well, it could have been a promotion. What my things about being born here and being a child here, I had fun. I had fun from knocking horse turds down the sidewalk in the wintertime because they were hard. I had an old hoop with a skidoo on it and it was rolling down the road for miles. I had lots of fun. I had lots of friends. They were good. We played ball, hockey. They always called me, I was always a goalkeeper because I was big and fat. But they couldn't get the puck past me too often. That worked pretty good. We had two schools here. The one where right there where they would drive down towards the
Home hardware.
yeah. And the other one was the old community hall. That was our second school. But the first school I had was Mrs. Andrews, and she lived up 2 blocks. And they used her house for a while.
Oh yeah, that was Cunningham's old house.
I can remember when I went up there, and that's the first place. And she was a big, in fact, she was a big, I thought she was, big buxom lady. And she liked to sing. We had more music lessons than we had reading. But we got along pretty good. Everybody got along fine. And what can you do when you're a kid to get into trouble? You can, if you're looking for it. New Year's Eve, they always had big parties. Christmas Eve, the miners used to put a great big party in the hall, and everybody was invited to it. They just didn't. They invited all of them. Well, most of them were miners anyhow. Not man like my dad was a section man. They'd all tell him he could bring his kids in too. But they used to have some whale of a parties, I'll tell you. The old Santa Claus used to jump on that roof, and I used to think he's going to come through it and run out the hall. And what else? You played hockey, soccer. We played soccer against the Indians one time at Winterburn. We were cocky. We were going to knock the pee out of those guys. We looked at them. They were kicking that soccer ball. Guy looked at him. He hasn't got boots. He's got goddamn moccasins. I said, just kick him in the shins. But he's got no shin pads. Well, we don't have to worry. They can kick us all day. We won't feel nothing. But we could never catch him to
Kick him.
They were by us so quickly. Where was he gone? Oh, well, that was it. We got a lesson. It was a good lesson. Yeah. But anyhow, life goes on. Oh, I gotta see what I have. See, transportation was a bike or footwork. I didn't really get a bike till I was 15 years old, but I always used to steal my brother's. He was the oldest. He'd take it to school, I'd take it home. Because he got out later than me, and I took his bike and run like hell. Another time, she'd ask questions, the first one answered it, got out first. And I was, especially in math, I was quick as a whip. Okay, you can go. And I used to get head for his bike. He'd come home, Mom, I'm going to kill him one of these days, but I'm still here. But that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one time we were playing soccer, and I could see he was playing for the opponent team, and I could hear him breathing down the back. And so as I was going by, I pulled it spruce bough back, and when he came close, I let it go. Ow, 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 ow. Well, he called me some pretty nice names, but they were all right. They were just names. So the thing went on, and we had lots of fun, regardless of people. People were friendly. People liked to talk to you. People like kids. I know when I used to deliver milk, we used to have a milk business. And we used to deliver. Walter was sick. That's my brother. That's Darlene's husband. And my brother Tommy always had homework. He was the one that would study all the time. So guess who? Danny, yeah. Note to deliver. Oh, gosh. My mom used to worry about me, but she never worried too long because she could hear me. I'd sing all over the place. I never stopped singing. My school teacher often used to say, I was wondering when the milk was coming, then I could hear your voice. I knew it wasn't far behind you.
That's why
It
the
was
coyotes
fun.
are still
It
home,
was
they
nice.
still-
Yeah. I love cowboy songs. I tried to yodel, but I couldn't do it. But I had fun. What else? You know, there's not much more you could really say about your life.
So when you had the milk business, Denny,
Yes, yes.
where'd
I'll
the
tell
milk
you,
come
we used
from?
to sell. We
Where'd
used
the milk
to.
come from? Like, where did you buy it from farmers, or
No,
did
we
you
had
have
our own
cows?
cows.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We started with one cow. So now I'll come at the door. Would you sell us a quarter milk? Oh yeah. How much you want? 24 quarts for $1. We thought that was pretty good. One day, about a year later, I said to my mom, Mama, I don't think it's fair. I am hauling that milk to that place for $1 for 24 days. Well, she said, what would you do? At least 18 quarts for $1. Oh, that's too much. We're going to quit. My mom said they're going to quit. I said, good. Now we don't need all those cows.
Don't need Betsy.
But they didn't quit. A year later,
Oh,
I was
remember
delivering and it was to, what's the name, Mother's place, a pint every day. 30 pints for a lousy buck. I had to walk a mile there and back again. I said, that's it. If she wants milk, she's got to come and get it. She started to sob and cry. We'll pay you more. No, he just won't deliver it here. He says it's too far from your husband come and
Whose
pick it
place
up, and
was
he
that?
goes by. It was a long way to go. I didn't feel like I was going to pay for $1, but we finally got to $14
14 quarts.
for a quart. I thought that was good. That wasn't bad.
14
14 quarts for
a dollar.
Yeah,
14 for a
14
dollar,
quarts for $1. That wasn't
That
bad.
wasn't too bad.
Those that it really wasn't bad either. I can't say it was. But then I got older.
But who milked the cows?
We did. I did.
Did you not have a competition?
Hey,
Did you not have a competition when you were milking the
Milking
cows?
I wish we would have.
No.
No.
Oh, no. No. Sometimes Walter and I'd see who could milk the fastest. But if he had a tough cow, I bet him. I knew which one was tough. Then I'd bet him, I bet you can beat you today. He didn't fall for it, though. That was fun.
Did you spray each other?
Hey?
Did you used to spray each other?
No, because you got too much milk all over you. You go back.
Wasting good milk.
So you didn't do that too often. Well, you know, we didn't sail. You know, you say sailing or boating. We boated a lot. We were out in the lake quite often. We had a great big boat, and sometimes we took people out for a ride in the boats. And sometimes we went around the lake looking what some bugger would rent the boat, and then he'd leave it in the bush so we wouldn't have to pay for it. So we'd have to go all around the bush looking for it. So what? That was the things of life. And we used to rent fishing boats. My mother used to pull the oars on the fence. The guys would come at 4. You could hear them. They make so much noise, a bugger were drunk or something. But anyhow, they'd hear, oh, here's the oars we want. Here's the oars. We'll take this boat and this boat. So by the time you woke up, we had about 14 boats. They were all rented. They helped themselves. But you had to watch them coming off the lake.
Yeah.
But they got to be pretty honest. They, you looked after your boats. Most of the people were pretty honest. They didn't take them and leave them. That was a lot of fun too.
What do you remember about this passenger boat that you had?
We got it from his friend.
My cousin,
What's his name? The guy at
Gene
Jasper
Burton.
Place.
Gene Burton.
Yeah. We bought it. Tommy wanted to have a boat, so we got it. No, I'm not going to say much more about it.
You got
The
pictures of it.
the doctor.
Well, how long did you have the boat?
About 3 years.
3 years.
Not even that. Well, we thought people want to go around the lake and they want to go berry picking over there. And we had all kinds of things in mind, but nothing worked. Well, they wanted it all right, but you got peanuts, they would pay you.
Yeah. Costs money to gas in.
It would cost money. One time, Walter and I, we were in the boat, we took a bunch to Seba. And I said to Walter, I looked up this guy. Christ, we're going to get it tonight. Well, he said, we better not stay off too far offshore. So we had 8 girls.
Wow.
Wow.
I said, well, we didn't even go ahead to get the boat going.
Wow.
Anyhow, we got out there and about fell us, all hell broke loose.
Yeah. Right up there,
Oh,
right?
wind and rain. So
No
Walter
life
says to
jacket.
me, I said, I'm going to head her into shore. Well, he said, I'll jump, just hit the bottom. And I hit the bottom, I'll jump in. I said, what are you going to jump in for? So it don't hit the sand. If I said, if you jump in, it's up into here, it's not going to hit no sand. I said, wait till you hit the sand with your feet. So we got so close, and he says, now, cut her. I cut her and I jumped into the water. I couldn't. I had to hang on the boat. God, I said, you're going to kill me. But anyhow,
You're quite a bit shorter, all right.
yeah, I was shorter than him. But anyhow, he laughed. He says, I didn't think it was that deep. Well, yeah. But we got, and once we got in there by the weeds and stopped it, the wind, nice and clear and soft. I jumped in the boat, and what's his name? The guy that used to live on the hill, we had 2 of his daughters, Elaine and, well,
Hancock?
no.
Right?
No.
Bright girls? No.
Oh, they're nice girls. What's her name? Tom Ward's wife was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Hancock.
Hancock, that's the girl. When Elaine got after me, Denny, I was scared of going to lose you. I said, God, I was hoping you'd jump in after me if I couldn't get out. She laughed. See, I don't swim though very good. What? And I depended on you to pull me out? No. But anyhow, we got them all home and stuff. But every time she saw me at church, she'd laugh. She says, I remember you jumping out, spitting water. That was fun. All right, though. But anything really exciting, the fishing and the skating and this, but that was fun. There was not many doctors around. Stony Plain was the closest doctor. That was Dr. Walton and that. And what's the guy you know? Not Rasmussen, no, something like that. But anyhow, they were pretty good. But the first time I remember what Dr. Walton we had, but don't ask me to tell the year. Diphtheria hit. And there's a girl north of here. She died, and 2 of the mock boys died.
Oh. The mock boys. Oh.
All you'd have to do is look on their plaque up there, and it'd tell you what year they're. And that's when your husband broke down.
Walter, your brother.
Walter?
Oh, yeah. Never break down.
He saw the guy and taking it by with a wagon and 2 corpses on there, and all by himself. It didn't look very nice. Just let me get a hold of myself. But I think that's when he broke down. He really did. He was so scared of getting diphtheria and dying,
Oh.
he wouldn't even go out by himself. If he had to go to our fresh air toilet, well, it was fresh air, and you had to go with him and stand out there while he was fresh airing. But him and I got along very good. He was a good guy.
Yeah. Sure was.
He was my best friend, really. The policing the area, there was Mr. Scuttle. Good. There was another guy. I don't know whether it was Mr. Root or who it was, but there was another guy who used
Oh
to.
yeah, Lawrence, was it
And,
Clarence Root or something?
Yeah. And they used to scout around, but they didn't do much. I mean, we were the guys that tipped him up in the toilet.
Oh.
Oh, well, he was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He stayed there all night till the section by the station toilet, too.
Oh, was the station good? Oh man.
Oh, we didn't talk too much, I'll tell you. But the other guys went around and dumped a lot more.
Toilets.
And there was three
What
of us
was
wondering
this,
where the
Halloween?
heck they disappeared to.
Was this on Halloween?
Yeah, where did they disappear to? Next thing, about 2 hours later, we run into them. Where were you guys? They caught us. What the heck were you doing? We set up all those toilets again. I said, you got to be crazy. They set them all up again. I said, I should go and tip them again until you guys done them. Alfred Hallett said, don't you dare go near them again. That's enough for me for tonight. I'm going home. I'm tired. Well, hey, that was fun.
Yeah.
We put up did a little bit of fooling, but the big boys were pulled out of school when they put them up. We put
good
some
lesson.
machinery on top. There used to be low level right in the corner, and we put a Democrat up there and a sleigh, one of those, and they had to go and pull it down. And then we dragged some machinery way up by, well, you don't know. You know where the turnoff at Benson's at behind there, at the culvert. There used to Benson used to live down there, and we hauled a bunch of machinery and left it there.
Wow.
So the big boys, RCMP, come on with us, boys, come with us. They took them up, and Clarence Hurst looked at us. He says, "You bunch of fishtails." He says, "I know who did it." I said, "Not me. I was sort of a heller when I was younger."
No.
I said, I didn't do it, Clarence. Oh, you know who done it. No, not me. I was a good boy. I was home, yeah. But we got through that all right. The churches in Woburn, well, my mom wanted us to go to Sunday school. We did. She said, you're going to Anglican church? Okay. So we went to Sunday school. Went to Sunday school quite often. And then the minister Cattell came, and we didn't know he was here. We don't know when he got, but we used to have a tent down where we boiled the potatoes that you were talking about.
Yeah.
We had a tent. And a lot of times we were smoking paper and weeds and God knows, what else. We were thinking we were big, but he put his hand, who's that? So where are you? And here's the guy looking at us with a collar on. We all looked at him. He says, you boys got a baseball team? Oh boy, we're good. Well, he says, over at the camp, Y camp at Capassman, he said there's a bunch of kids from Ed want to play a ball team. Oh, they don't have a chance against us. One of the guys said, God, we're gosh. It's okay, I'll pick you guys all up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So we went over there and looked. They don't look that good to us. They beat the pants off us. They beat the super duper right out of it. They took us for coffee, but we wouldn't sit around and enjoy the coffee and cocoa because they knocked the pants right off. So, all right, let's go. We never did play them again. But there was a bunch of Scottish boys there that come from Scotland and they were cricket players. And when they got a hold of that bat, no matter where you put that ball, they'd hit it right out of the park. So one of them come to camp with us one time, and I looked at him. I said, I know you from someplace. Norris says, that's a guy that could knock that ball a country mile down. Yeah, I thought that's who it was. So we fixed him before he left. He didn't know we did that, though. But he came to summer camp with us, and he says, you two guys always look guilty to me. We didn't do nothing. But we did. We had fun. Filthy. He said the Cincinnati Reds, he called the Kinkinati Reds.
Kinkinati?
Kinkinati Reds. But further than that, I can't tell you much more here. The telephone business is like Larry said before. It was a ring Hilda or go down there. And she was too big for me to go down, so I wouldn't phone either. But if you wanted to phone, you went to the store or you went down there. And Lucy Koflik always worked there. She worked for Hilda for years.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Lucy worked for her. She
As
went
an
got her
operator?
groceries and helped clean her house and
Oh.
everything else. She worked like that for her. You know, she worked real good with it. She and Hilda got along pretty good. And the last time I really talked to Hilda, I talked to her all the time, but she used to come across the back of the bar to go to the grocery store. And she come out with the groceries, and these 3 Indian bucks were after her for money. So I said, Walter, we need help. So we both went. And she said, these guys won't leave me alone. Oh yes, they will. You guys either go or you're going to get an ambulance for you, Walter said to this one. He's like, you're not going to hit us, Walter. What are you picking on this poor lady for? Well, we want money. Not from her, you don't. So he said to the guys, get. They beat it. So Walter said, I said, I'll take her home with her groceries. But she was a good person. She was a really nice person. You know, her husband got killed in that
Mad Trapper.
Red Trapper. That guy
Or something.
killed her husband.
I don't think.
I think it was just her fiance.
Oh no,
Yes.
Charlie Claxton.
They
Oh, I
weren't.
thought you
They weren't
meant-
married.
I
No,
thought-
they weren't. They were going to get married.
They were engaged.
Oh yeah, but they didn't.
No.
No. And you talk about water. Who talked about water?
Speaking
If
of
you
water,
wanted
better
a
get
bath,
drink.
you got the big wooden barrel in, you put it there, you got a big boiler full of water, you poured it in there or something, and that was your bathtub every Saturday.
Were you the third one to get in?
Sometimes I was the first, but not too often.
He was the
But
youngest.
anyhow, that was a lot of fun. And electricity, God, I can't remember electricity till I hit the city. In 1942, I left home.
Was it 42?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the year we come to one.
Uh,
No wonder I didn't see you.
No wonder you didn't see
Yeah.
what's going on.
yeah, I didn't want to. But with 3 boys around, there wasn't enough to go around. So I left.
60
I was
years
16 years old, and I started work for the railroad. I took up a machinist apprentice course in 1942. I worked there for 45 and a half years. I did 4 different things. I did mechanical reefers, I did diesel engines, I did air express, and we did bearings, and I did a lot of machine work in those 45 years. But those were the best years of my life, really. I had a lot of fun.
What was it
I
like?
made a lot of fun from Edmonton to Calgary to Peace River to Bigger to Hanna to Roma. I met nice people, Jasper, Kamloops. On the job, I met a lot of nice people. I tell you something. I left there and I only had one enemy in 45 years. And I didn't give a damn whether they talked to me or not.
Don't forget about getting married.
Well, that if you want to tell me, I met my wife before Halloween. God, this almost it could be a Halloween joke, but it wasn't.
Almost.
But anyhow, she came here to see her aunt, and I came from town, and Walter was working, had the bar. I had the hell with this, Walter. I'm going home. It's too quiet in here. So I went home and I got into bed, and he come back. Come on, get up. We're going to a dance. Not this time of the night. 12. Oh, we're going. Never mind. He said we're going to pick Ozzy and his niece up. Niece? Oh, hey, who's this?
Doris.
Dora.
Oh,
Dora's
what's with that? Well,
Doris.
I'll have a check here, you know.
Yeah.
So I got dressed and he shaved and we got ready to go. And I walk in the door and the first joke she ever heard me say is about this little cat following another cat down the stairs, and all it says, "All I want for Christmas is my 2 little kittens," and the old tomcat right behind her saying, "Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus." Well, that wasn't a very nice joke. But anyhow, they had her lined up for somebody else. God, those 2 guys are too bloody stole. I could have got a twin cold by the time they got to the door. So I got to know her then. I would have, that was in November. And if her dad and mom would have let me marry her, I'd have married her before Christmas. I mean, before New Year's, but they wouldn't let me do it, so I had to wait till New Year's. And now we've been married for what, 46 years? 56 years? 56 years.
56.
We're gonna be married 57 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, we've done pretty good. We had 2 children.
We're gonna be
Now we
married
got
58 years. What?
now we got 3 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren.
Right.
And we just love those 2 great grandchildren. I call them Muffin and Puffin sometimes, or I call them some worse than that sometimes. But I get a great kick out of her. She said to me one day, "Papa, what are you doing?" I said, "Trying to fix it." "Can I help?" That's the worst thing to say is yes, because everything goes in the wrong place in a hurry. I say, "Cares, get out of here." She gets out. "Nana, Papa told me to get away." Well, get out of his road, but she's quite a girl. And now, you know what she's doing now? She's going to play hockey.
Oh,
She's 5 years old, and she's a good skater. She took dancing lessons ever since she was 2 years old, and she's good at it too.
now she's gonna dance on ice.
And now
Dancing with
she's
the
going to
Stars.
dance. She says to her brother, "Phew, I can beat you anytime." And she's younger than him. So that's about my story.
Can I ask you one
That's
question?
it.
No?
I will anyway.
Okay.
I remember you talking about fishing in the lake. Is it in the spring or something for jacks? And you had to bring lunch.
Yeah. Well, it's Jack's responding in the springtime, say. And they're coming right along the shore. You can see them wiggling, We used to stare them ourselves at the mink rancher. And there we were out there with Norris Bamber and Roy. Then Tommy, "You 2, Roy, and you go get some lunch."
The kids, the young guys.
So we went out. Roy put his in a box that you had to be just like a pro, and I put mine in the lunchbox. And every time Roy would fall down the lunch, fill up with water. By the time they got all their sandwiches were wet. And they say, come on, walk through the water. We got a nest of weeds made for you." God, I could have laid in the water and been out of it more, But anyhow, Tommy says, "You bugger, look at my lunch. It's all soaked wet. There was nothing." And not only that, Roy rocking over to North, he drops that box with everything right into the water. Never mind. So nobody had any lunch. Oh, gosh. Another time, Norris Bamber's sisters were looking for him to go get a music lesson. And we're right by the culvert there by your house there. And Norris was in the culvert, and every time he'd get a fish on the hole, he'd pass it out, and I'd take it and put it. His 2 sisters, Evelyn and Mildred, come back. "Did you see Norris anywhere? He's got to go for music lesson." Never saw him no place. finally he fell. Oh! He had to get out and go for his music lesson. We said, "Come on." And I went down, they were going out shooting for a partridge. Our pants were full like the rocks like this. So we had some bags filled. The girls want to come. "Oh, if you carry the bags, you can come shooting." We got to one partridge, we wasted all our rock and the bags were empty. We were still in one spot. We didn't get a partridge. Beep, 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 beep. We were as good as that slingshot. Nothing. And that's the story.
And you're sticking with it.
Oh yeah, I can't change it now, it's too late.